Greetings, friends. This is Lieutenant Kit Croker from Futurama, and you are listening to Still Toking with on the Dorkening Podcast Network. Now, please hide me because Captain Brannigan wants me to manscape him.
Break it down and lose it. Come on, come on. Follow us to the new revolution. And now we're proving that this battle I am never losing. I'm choosing to ignore the cuts and bumps and bruises. I'm cruising through these haters, leave them looking stupid. They foolish if they think they'll ever hear my conclusion. I'm through with all these my-promise and the excuses. I'm bruising eagles left and right every time I do this. I'm shooting for the top, no I'll never settle where you did. The future's in my hands, my grip will never loosen. My crew is ready to obtain the absolution. Removing any doubt that we were ever fooling.
Surprise! Oh, see, y'all thought Leo was going to be here. No, actually, Leo had to take the week off. He's dealing with some family issues, so we want to wish him well and wish his family well. But, man, we have an exciting show tonight. And we have some really cool co-hosts with us. So, yeah, let's bring up Jaja, just because you turned your head.
Hey, right on time. Welcome to Still Token. I get to hang out with these guys all night. Well, at least for an hour.
So, yeah, man, super psyched about tonight.
I'm
You didn't seem too excited about that. Hanging
Oh,
out
I
with
am.
us.
I have a whole intro thing, but like I didn't change it up for Still Token. It still says splash pages in places. If you want, I can slam through it real quick and make it really funny and horrible.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, I figured.
And as always, the
Hey,
other half.
happy Wednesday. The what half?
the prettier half.
The other.
Oh, I
other
thought you
half.
said older. I was going to bitch slap you.
Well, older, other, same thing.
Right. So, yeah, no, we have a great show. I'm excited. And, yeah, I want to wish, Leo's family the best. Reach out if you need anything, obviously, of course. And so, yeah, let's just get right into it. Let's bring her in. Laura Willoughby. Hi, Laura.
Hello.
And
How are you?
So, and for all our viewers, she's shy.
No, she's not shy. She's just not looking her best today. So
It's all
Sorry about
good.
that. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, it's all good. I mean, people are
But look-
the laughy faces are flying in, so it's great. That's what we want.
Yep, exactly.
But look, everyone's tuning in to look at these three handsome men. They don't need to
Where?
be bothered with me. So you guys are good.
So,
Wow.
no, but we want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. And I know it's super busy because we've chatted a little bit behind the scenes with, the film festival in Virginia, Bedford, Virginia.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about why.
Sure. The answer is simple and complicated all at the same time. So we do this film festival. We're going on our 5th year. We are in Bedford, Virginia, and we chose Bedford, Virginia because I actually have family here, and my older children were visiting family. And I had left Bedford far and long behind. Trust when I say. And my older kids were just like, Mom, this place is great now. Like it's not like it was before. It's a little artisan community. There's a lot going on. This would be a great place for a film festival. So I thought, that's interesting. So we came out. We thought we'd try it. We figured we'd probably get one good year out of it before they ran us out of town. But lo and behold, it took off, and it was very interesting. We got a lot of support from the community, a lot of support from places like Destination Bedford. They're the tourism department. They're trying to get people they're trying to get people to visit here. We have a lot of really neat, cool things here, like the Beale Treasure, which is, we have treasure hunters coming constantly trying to look for this Beale treasure. So much history here. Peaks of Otter is here. Just a lot going on. And so they're trying to drum up business to this little bitty town. And we thought, So the Virginia Film Commission is out in Richmond, Virginia, which is a little ways from us. They heard about our festival and they were like, let's support that. And as an independent filmmaker, I like to make a lot of films here in Virginia because it's just not as expensive as someplace like LA or New York or, some of the other places, Chicago, that you could, even Atlanta. Atlanta has grown so much. It's not what it used to be. The reason everyone went to Atlanta is now no longer. But Bedford, you can still get your tax rebates. You can still get tax credits. You get incentives. And it's a beautiful place. They have everything: mountains, water, beaches, lakes, you name it.
Right. Now it's in the Blue Ridge, right? The Blue Ridge
It
Mountains.
is
Okay.
right at the foot of gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Wow.
So
I
yeah,
love
so
the Blue
that's what
Ridge
we ended up
Mountains.
doing. Oh, it's so nice. Yeah, it's
Oh, go ahead.
Mhm.
I was just going to ask
Oh, no.
what your background is exactly to that producing film and now running a film festival.
What makes you
Yeah.
qualified?
No, not what makes you qualified, but
Right? What makes me qualified? Absolutely nothing. No. Actually,
I like film.
I just woke up, right? I just woke up one day and said, I think I'll run a film festival.
yeah,
No,
and it worked.
And it worked. 5 years later, I'm still here. Not in Virginia. I don't live here permanently, but I am still running the festival. Basically, when I was a kid, like a baby, my parents thought that I would make a cute little baby model. And so they put me on a bunch of calendars and put me in a bunch of local San Diego commercials and those kinds of things and local TV shows. So I grew up being an actress, and I studied theater actually, and I traveled my early years of college. I traveled Europe as Ophelia in Shakespeare. So I have,
cool.
so I have a little background in theater, and I was living in Maine, and there was an audition for Pet Cemetery. Now you know how old I am because it was the original Pet Cemetery.
The good one.
And the good one, exactly. Right. And so I went to audition, and they were like, "Holy cow, you're just too young. You're just too young." But the casting directors were talking with me. They were chatting with me, and just in that chat, one of the ladies said, "Hey, I want you to do me a favor. Take a look at this breakdown and read it and read about the character. And then I'm going to show you a couple of photos. And out of those photos, I want you to kind of pick what matches. I want you to basically stereotype." And I was like, not a problem. And I looked at it, and I put them in order for her, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And she was just like, "Wow, you really have a good eye for casting." She said, "We can't hire you as an actress, but would you consider coming to work and just be our assistant, and we'll train you?" And
Oh, that's awesome.
like,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And I was just like, absolutely, because I still get to be on set. I still get to, wander around and meet the actors, and I still get to do stuff. And so I was just like, wow, this is really cool. And I did. I stayed in Maine. I stayed in Bar Harbor, Maine,
Beautiful.
for a couple of months. Yeah, it's a gorgeous place there. And we shot Pet Cemetery there. And they were just like, "Look, we'd love to train you. We'd love to." So then they referred me to a lady named Julie Hughes. And Julie Hughes used to do a lot of big New York casting. So she took me under her wing, and she did. I got to travel the East Coast, working with Julie a little bit, and she got me trained there. And then I just kind of went off on my own. I worked on a lot of really good films on the East Coast. I worked on Summersby. I worked on Dragonfly with Kevin Costner. Just a lot of good films I was able to be on. Yeah, it was really great. And the wonderful thing I discovered about being the crew is, so the great thing about being an actress is, you're always very mindful of how you look, what you're doing. You're always, everything is liquid and everything is through a straw, and it's just life as an actress. But I discovered the brilliant thing about being in the crew is nobody really gave one flying fuck about what I looked like. I could come in sweatpants and a ponytail, and they were like, "Hey, Miss Casting Director, how you doing?" And I'm like, "This is great." It does, I could go to the craft service table finally after 20 years of being in the business. I could actually go to a craft service table, and it was just such a joy to be able to be on that side. And then in 2012, I was trying to. I actually had written a script, and I was trying to cast it myself. And people kept asking me the oddest thing. They kept going, "Do you have money?" And I was like, "No." What do you need money for?
What the hell do you need money
actors,
for?
right? I mean, what are you talking about? As long as I have actors, I'm
making
fine.
a movie.
Right? I'm making a movie. What are you guys talking about money? And so long story short, I was like, well, this is just ridiculous. Who knew you had to have the money first? So I broke away from the studio system and went into independent filmmaking. I love to tell people I am a great producer. I can cast the heck out of a film, and I can pull crew together. But to this day, and I jumped in 2012, I can't find money to save my life. I am forever begging people, I'll take $10.
Right?
And then I'm calling up the actors going, will you take $5? Because I've got to give the other $5.
Look, I found a quarter on the ground. I can pay for you now.
Look at this. Somebody just got a raise.
Everybody check the sofa. It's check for the loose change. But yeah, so that's kind of how I kind of got to producing. And then, as I said, my kids were like, we should do a film festival, and I was like, sure, let's do it. Let's put on a barn play like you see in the movies. Let's do it.
Right.
White Christmas. We're gonna, hopefully it'll snow and everyone will be happy. So that's kind of how it happened.
Well, instead it rained and everybody was bummed out and wet.
But they still had their quarter.
But
That's
they had
right.
Right.
That's right.
Look,
That's
it's
right.
shiny.
I think it's awesome that you got the support of the the town and the surrounding area and stuff. That's huge.
Yeah, I was going to ask if there was any major obstacles, but it sounds like everybody was going for this from the beginning.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Now, the only obstacle, again, it's always money. So I am all about the barter. I am all about the, because we do workshops, and we make those workshops free for the community. We are an international film festival, and the very first year we had people from Ireland, France, Canada, and I was like, what is happening? Where are these people coming from? Why are they coming to Bedford, Virginia? I am not comprehending what's happening here. But now here we are 5 years later, and the great thing is we bring these people, we have Jeremy Miller, we have Carl Gottlieb, who wrote the screenplay for Jaws this year coming out. We have Claudia Wells, who was the original Jennifer in Back to the Future. So the only obstacle that I ever have is, you have to fly those people here because they're all in LA. Yeah. And then you have to put them up for a couple of nights, which is great, so the only obstacle is a lot of times people will go, oh, we're going to donate, but they don't donate until after the festival is over. It's like, but I got to buy a flight 2 days before. What do you? And so it's kind of like always a little bass backward. Right? Exactly. That's exactly what we do. It's just like, yeah, we Kevin Smith it, and we Tarantino it, and we just make it happen with what we've got. And yeah, and then so far it seems to be working, and we're getting some momentum, which is great.
That's
And
awesome.
I mean,
yeah,
from what I see, going on out there, the independent film industry is really, really making a big push.
oh yeah,
And I think that it's really, really important. And the waves are starting to be made.
mm-hmm.
You know what
Oh
I
yeah,
mean?
absolutely.
The corporate film industry, I think, is kind of starting to open their eyes a little bit and being like,
Yeah,
okay, we got to pay attention to this. Because
yeah,
there's so many independents out there that they just want to get good content and good stuff out there.
exactly. And you
You
know
know what
what?
I
The
mean?
streaming world has made it very easy for independent filmmakers.
Right.
Because Hollywood itself is traditionally very elitist. And to try to get in the door is a nightmare. If your uncle is not, Francis Ford Coppola, or, your mom wasn't friends with Charlie Chaplin, guess what? You're never getting in. And that was the point of our film festival. The point of our film festival was to say there are some very talented people across the world, and they just don't have a way to show off that talent. And so we thought, you know what? Screw it. We've got connections, and guess what we're going to do? We're going to take the filmmakers that win at our festival, and we're going to connect them to the distributors that we have. So, like, we work with Murphy Media Distribution, Ray Murphy, and Buck Kohlmeyer. They always look at our films. As a matter of fact, one of our films we just placed called Charlie's War with Diane Ladd, and absolutely beautiful film. Last year, we placed some films with AMG, which is out of Canada. So, we're making connections for people, and we're trying to grow this field because I love Hollywood. I love the heyday of Hollywood. My goodness, the 20s, the 50s. It's just when it was great. It was really great. But now things have changed, and
It's all about
it's different now.
commercialism and popularity.
Absolutely, right? Like, if you're not Brad Pitt, like, don't even call Universal Studios, because they're like, "Who's in your film?" And it's like, "Oh, you remember this actor?" And they're like, "Nah, they're worth nothing at the box office." And it's like, "Well, what's the box office today, Mr.
Right, right,
CEO at Universal Studios?"
right. And
I'd
actually,
rather
the
have
money is
something,
in the streaming services now.
Yeah.
isn't
Oh
it?
yeah.
You know,
Absolutely. I'd rather have
you know.
something
I
on Netflix and Hulu and Tubi and Pluto than I would at the box office, because I'm going to reach more people, and more
I
people are going to get to enjoy our silliness. Um, one of the
And
things that we
there's new.
produce.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, one of the things that we produce is I, I don't know. I guess kind of like in a Bloomhouse style, but we produce comedy thrillers, comedy horror films.
oh nice.
We have one called we have one that we're finishing up right now called Marijuana, which is just awesome. Yeah, it's so fun. And we've got like we put these B films out. We put these and I always dedicate them to, like, and nobody really gets the joke unless you get the joke, but it's
Hmm.
always dedicated to, like, Ed Wood, or it's dedicated to Bobby Bowfinger, or they're dedicated to, we have fun with your films, and people will come to see them. And I'd rather they be streaming so more people can see them than, so
Right,
yeah.
right. There's actually new streaming services that are out there now that are really
There are.
focused on the independent
The
film.
independent sides.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, absolutely. Roku approached us, and they've got a thing too, and they're just like, "You want your own channel? You can just run those film festival movies right through
Oh,
here."
that would be
And I was like,
fantastic.
"That's really interesting. We're thinking about that." And they're like, "We only need 2 months to get you set up." And yeah, and then they even went so far as to be like, "Look, if you can't afford because you're an independent filmmaker, you can't afford anything. So we'll give you a payment plan. You can just do this monthly. You can pay us monthly. And I was like, wow, like, aren't they accommodating? That's cool.
That's very
So,
nice of them.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
that's part of the problem with like some of these bigger things, the Hulus and the even Tubi and some of these,
uh-huh,
the 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 dollar payout ratio is just so minimal
yeah.
that
Yeah.
in some ways it's just not even worth it. You know what I mean? Other than
Yeah.
exposure. I mean,
Other,
you get your movie on
yeah.
Tubi. I mean, what are you going to make?
That's
Half a
all I ever
cent
get
per,
paid in.
you know.
I get exposed all the time.
You like just to get paid and read. Who are you?
It's raining. I'm waiting for a marijuana.
Yeah, Marijuana is a
Ameriguana,
great film.
right?
Yeah, it's a great
That's
plot.
funny.
Fun
So
movie.
I can picture that movie where when it gets too cold, iguanas fall out of trees.
All right.
So I can, what?
I gotta
They
think about
do. It's true.
So, has the pandemic affected the way the festival's run and organized, or is
that.
it still business as usual?
Yeah, well, it affected how we showed the films, but it didn't affect us at all. Actually, it was kind of great because for 2 years we just streamed the festival online and showed the movies anyway. And what we did was because, we're I don't know. I guess the word is insane, but we were like, let's just not charge anybody even though we have to pay for the web, the service, and we have to pay for all of these things. Let's just let people donate. And we were really happy because everybody donated. You could have come in
Oh,
free
wow.
and just watch the movie. Yeah, people donated $5, $10, and we were like, dang, this is awesome. And they got 6 hours of movies. So it was, I think it was maybe 8 hours. Anyway, doesn't really matter. But they got
Well
a
worth the
lot of
money.
hours. They got
They
a
got
lot
a
of
lot of hours of film.
exactly. And they
Right,
got to
right,
see them
right.
first. So, so it did not affect that. Now, last year we were back live, and we were, we had a very small group of people who came out, but we were so happy because we weren't expecting anybody, and we were grateful to have the ones who did come out. And so we were like, oh wow, there's actual people. So I had to send a little PA out, and I was just like, okay, run, go get a popcorn machine. And
Oh shit! What are we gonna do
you gotta,
now? There's people.
right, exactly. He's like, oh my god, what do we do? So we loaded up that the film festival credit card, and I was like, okay, so you're gonna run to the Dollar Tree and you're gonna buy like a shit ton of Mike and Ike's,
Right?
and you're gonna go get a popcorn machine, and somebody needs to run to the Food Lion, and we need Coca-Cola stat.
Buy
That's
37 bags of ice, crush them up with food coloring. We got snow cones.
pretty
Yeah.
much that's what we did. I think I sent someone to Sonic for crushed ice. I was like, fill up the cooler, let's do this. It was fun. It was
That's
fun.
awesome.
And I think we ended up with like 25 or 30 people, which we weren't expecting anybody, but it was fun. And this is what I love about being in the entertainment business at all. Something's going to happen, and it's just always like, what's it going to be this time, and how do you roll with it? As long as you're rolling with it with some fun, and as long as you're just kind of like, oh well, this happened. Okay, well, I guess it happened.
Move on to the next thing.
And you just
Yep.
go to the next thing. And
Well, that didn't work.
Yeah.
that didn't
We'll
work.
have to do that different.
Next year we might want to be a little more prepared. There may be actual people showing up. So this year we are fully prepared.
and you nailed it when you said have fun.
Oh yeah.
The fun behind everything that you do, it just makes it worthwhile. But
I think you're right, and I think that's probably why a lot of people don't give me money. I think that when I'm walking around with my hands out going, I'm trying to make a movie, I only need 200,000. They're like, are you going to the Bahamas? And it's like, yes, but I will make the film first. And they're like, no. So I think I have a little too much fun for the investors. So, but that's okay. We just keep
Right.
moving. We just keep filming anyway.
So when is the film festival this year for our viewers and listeners?
Absolutely. It is July 1st. It is always the first Saturday of July. And the reason we put it towards the 4th of July is because we have a little place here called Smith Mountain Lake. It is a huge, I think it's like one of the largest man-made lakes in the United States or something. I don't know, something like that. But they have the best fireworks. So I was like, if we put a film festival in Bedford, we get to see the fireworks for free. And it was a good time of year. People are on holiday, people are vacationing, people are bringing their kids out. Where do we go? Well, why don't you guys all come see some movies and then watch the fireworks?
Well, and I'll
It's
bet you
kind
the
of a nice
fireworks get
day.
more donations than your film festival.
Oh, right.
Probably. I'm quite sure they do.
Right?
Hey,
Well, we get to look at the firemen, so it's okay.
Oh, there you go.
Spin it positive. Always spin it positive.
Right.
Right.
Look, we can put the fireworks in the film for a donation.
There you go.
Exactly.
Just saying.
It's like, I'll just set the whole center on fire if that's what you guys need to see. We're good.
So how do you choose which films to showcase at the festival? Like, I'm sure you get a lot of entries every year.
We do. Surprisingly, as a new festival, we get, let's see, well, we've gotten over 100 every year. This year, we're almost
Which
at
you can't show all of.
No,
That would be
I wish.
amazing. That'd be a
I
great
wish,
weekend.
yeah. That's, you know what? That's where that Roku channel would come in, huh? Just
Oh,
show
yeah,
them all.
there you go.
Just show them all. Yeah, so we have a panel of judges. So most of the judges are in the entertainment business, but we do also have several that are not in the business. And the reason that we use some that are not in the business is because people going to the movies are not just filmmakers, obviously.
They're unbiased, actually. They're unbiased. They're the
Exactly.
filming. Yeah.
Exactly. And what we found is that sometimes the judges that are in the entertainment business, if we go, oh, look, I've got 3 films here. I've got this one with Andrew McCarthy. I have this one with Donnie Most. I have this one. They go, ooh, I recognize those names. I want to watch those. Instead of just watching films because they're films, just watch them and enjoy them and have fun with them. Whereas the ones that are not in the entertainment business are so much more fun because they're just like, ooh, maybe we'll see something, maybe we'll see something really good before anybody else does. It's like, ooh, we get to see it before it's released anywhere. So it's more fun for them. So they'll watch anything. So that's what we do. We have a panel of judges, and those judges go through and they give a thumbs up or a thumbs down. The thumbs up, we take all of those, and then we screen them again, and we just go, you need to pick something. I don't care, pick something, but they have to tell us why. They genuinely, right? But they have to genuinely grade it, and we have a little form, and there's the fun stuff like creativity and the writer and how are the actors, but then there's also the technical stuff. Did they have a boom operator, and did you see the boom? What is the sound like? Can you see a cameraman in the corner or what? So we have 2 grading forms. One is the creative stuff, and one of the questions that I always have people answer at the end, and I learned this from the writer James White, but I always ask people when they're done judging, how did that movie make you feel?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the last question. How did it make you feel? Like, because if you didn't feel anything, either you're watching the wrong movie or the movie sucks. It's really one or the other.
Right.
So you just ask people, how do you feel? And they go, oh my God, I was so happy, or, oh my gosh, it made me cry. And it's like, bingo, that's what we're looking for. And we ask that of every judge.
No.
Wow,
Well,
You
that's
know?
awesome.
yeah.
I mean, I've seen movies where the only thing I felt was I can act better than anybody in this thing.
Right?
And I can't act.
Exactly. And we do get some of those. But you know, but that's
But
still,
sometimes that's hilarious.
it's
It
true.
can be, yes.
You know what I mean? If it's done right, it can be
Yeah.
really, really funny. And
Where it
bad
almost
acting can
seems like it
actually
was
make a great
purpose.
film, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the chemistry on camera.
Right.
You're absolutely right. And that's why we do a lot of dedications to people like Ed Wood, because sometimes it really is just so bad it's good, and that's okay. If you're entertained by it at the end of the day, then you're entertained by it. So
Right.
that's always good.
And everybody's taste is different. So
Oh, absolutely.
what
Yeah.
might be entertaining to one of us might not be entertaining to somebody else.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, the other thing too is, you know, I mean, I watch a lot of movies, and you know, the taste on the movie that I want to watch today is totally dependent on the mood that I'm in.
Absolutely.
So your taste can change.
Yep.
Mhm.
You know what
Totally
I mean?
agree.
I mean, I'm a total horror freak, but I also love the, you know, the B slapstick, stupid, ridiculous
Sure.
horror flicks too.
The campy horror films.
Yeah, those campy
Yeah.
horror films.
Yeah.
But
What's
I
the name of
love
that one you bring up all the time?
Oh, Don't Fuck in the Woods.
Yeah, Don't Fuck in the Woods.
Oh my gosh, you know, I haven't seen that, and I pride myself on seeing a lot of.
Oh, well, they have the sequels out now, Don't Fuck in the Woods too.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, I'm going to look that up now. I am
They're on
definitely going to
Tubi.
watch.
They're on Tubi, both of them.
I love Tubi. I love Tubi so much, and I love Pluto. Like, anybody who disrespects the Tubi and the Pluto, I don't know if I can even be friends with you, because they
Right?
show the best movies.
I have
Like,
seen some of the best flicks on Tubi that I've ever seen, and I've
Right?
also seen some of the friggin' worst.
Hey, wait a minute. None of our TV series is on Tubi, so you haven't seen the worst. Knock it off.
You know, it's yeah. Tubi came out of nowhere too, which
sure
you know,
did.
and I think that you know that's it's something to say for the independent filmmakers too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And streaming services that you know you do it right, you get your content out there. People are going to
Absolutely.
come. People are going to come and
Absolutely.
watch it. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? I don't subscribe to Netflix. I don't do any
Yeah.
of that. I don't subscribe, you know, Paramount. I don't subscribe to any of that crap.
Yeah. Yeah.
I go to Pluto. I go to Tubi. I wanna see the
See?
down to earth. You know, the crunchy.
Wait a minute.
The
If
crunchy kind of
if you're
stuff,
going to
you know?
Pluto, you're not down to Earth. You're in space.
Hey,
wait,
if you've
you're in
seen
space
some of those-
anyways.
I go to Tubi. I go to Tubi when I'm having a cocktail. I go to Pluto when I'm eating gummies.
There you go. You know what? Pluto is so great because I am a humongous Dark Shadows fan. And you can literally watch on Pluto Dark Shadows from beginning to end. It just loops all day. And then when it ends, it starts all over in black and white again.
How did you feel
It's
about
like-
the movie, though?
The newest one with Johnny Depp?
Yes.
Is that, yeah? Okay, well,
There you go.
okay.
It's okay. Mom
I
always
enjoy. You
told
know
me if
what?
you
I
didn't have anything
enjoyed
nice
it.
to say.
Right? Exactly. I enjoyed it, but not as a Dark Shadows film. I like the parodies. I don't mind parodies. Like the Flippin' Brady Bunch parody was hysterical to me. Like that was just like spot on. Starsky and Hutch. I love the parodies. I don't mind them.
Mhm.
But yeah, I just I didn't enjoy it as a Dark Shadows parody for some reason. But maybe just because, you know, I'm diehard Jonathan Frid and some of these other people. You know, that's all I can really say. But who doesn't like Johnny Depp and Michelle Pfeiffer and, you know, some of the others? I think Helena Bonham Carter, not you. They're always
Johnny who? Johnny who?
After I think the first Pirates, I gave up on because every other role now is Pirates for him. Like he
Sure.
Dude,
the
I
pirate.
think I got like 10
Yeah,
minutes
the
into the first one,
character.
and I was like, really? Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
felt like
sometimes you can
he's
take the
just
character
taking
acting. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Mhm.
So
Because
Moving on.
yeah,
right. I mean, we don't want to diss the big boys, but at the end of the day,
It's okay. They're not
sometimes.
watching our show anyways.
yeah.
Right.
Don't worry about it.
So, Laura,
Oh,
what's your
just
favorite
wait. You're going to get
genre?
this little email tomorrow from somebody's agent going about
All
that
right.
comment.
Right.
You'll never work in
Hey.
this town again.
Well, I ran the disclaimer.
So what's your favorite genre of film?
Horror films.
You are a horror film. Okay.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Love them.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah.
How do you?
Separate from slasher films, though. Like, I'm on the fence about slasher films because here's my fear. I could be sitting in a theater watching a slasher film, and the person behind me may not be mentally well, and I have this fear that, I could potentially be the next victim and that's a real fear. I'm telling you, it's something to talk to your therapist about because people do some strange things. But other than
Right.
that, horror
Oh,
films, yes.
especially
Horror.
nowadays.
Okay.
Well, see,
Yeah.
I'm the same way. It's like I saw Jaws. Now I won't swim in the ocean. It's just not
Right.
happening.
Exactly.
Fucking not
Definitely
happening.
not anywhere in New England. I'm not.
No.
Right?
And the funny thing
Right.
is we're from New England.
Yeah.
I have family
Yeah.
that lives on the vineyard. And we used to go over to the
Oh,
vineyard all the
yeah.
time with the kids, and they would jump off of Jaws Bridge. And I'm like, if you're drowning, my ass ain't
yeah.
coming to get you. Sorry.
Exactly.
Not
Exactly.
So, doggy paddle your ass to the shore.
Yeah,
It'll be a
fucking
little
wuss bag.
tiger shark snack is what you'll be if you keep jumping
Right.
in.
What am I? Am I supposed to stop going to my camp in the woods of Maine because I watched Cocaine Bear?
No.
Come
No.
on.
Well, no,
No,
because that's a
you've
little
got to
different.
be.
There's places to hide.
But
Yeah.
dude, you got to ask the bear to share. That was the problem, right? Bear
Yeah,
was
Right.
man,
the
Right. They never
right?
actually did. They never asked the bear, "Can you
They
share?"
never
know.
asked.
They just kept
Exactly.
trying to steal his Coke. That was horrible.
I know,
BYO.
dude was
Hey,
just
man, this is a BYOS. Bring your own straw.
Right. So, a recent movie that came out that I watched, I wanted to ask you your opinion of, and that's A Knock at the Cabin.
so. This is the sad thing. You should have warned me. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Never mind.
Next.
Never mind.
Right?
Strike that question.
Yeah, you know what? I have been working my booty off for the past couple of months, and I haven't seen anything in the last couple of months, and it's really quite tragic. So I need to just kind of bundle up over a weekend, take the phone off, and just watch a bunch of movies so I can get caught up.
Oh, there you
But
go. Yeah, I recommend it.
honestly,
It was
yeah.
good.
Is it
was
good?
very
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was very
I
good.
did get to see only because my mom was watching it, and but I watched something called Megan, and I thought, oh my God.
I
Well,
was
actually, that was
kinda
pretty good. Yeah.
I thought that was going to be way different than what
I
I
did
actually
too.
saw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I,
I
I,
thought
I
it
Also,
was
was
Knock at the
actually
Cabin. I didn't expect that. I didn't
I
expect
didn't
the
think Megan
storyline.
was
No.
a horror after I watched it. I was moved. I was rooting for the robot the whole time, and I'm
Right.
just like,
Right.
something went wrong.
I mean, honestly, that
So-
robot was surrounded by some really, terrifying
real.
people. Like those people
Well, it's
were
the
not
people that are scary, not the freaking robot.
Right?
Yeah, the robot was
Exactly.
just trying to protect. I was just like,
Exactly.
hold on.
It was doing
So,
just what it was programmed to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's the Death Star workers all over again. You can't fault them for needing a job, right? Megan did what she was programmed to do.
So, Laura, do you get all the sponsors for the festival?
I do. Well,
How's
I
that work?
try. Let's put it that way. I try. So what I do is I have this little sponsorship packet, I call it. It's like 4 pages of mind-numbing BS that says, "Give me money, and here's what you're going to get. for Giving us money."
starts with $1, right?
Right. It starts at 50 cents, and then you can go. But no, you can really donate whatever you want. But if you want to see your name on that step and repeat, you got to go into the 000.
Mm.
But that's what we do. And then we literally, and I say we, but it's usually me. And we call everybody local, and we just go, hey, Bill's Brewery, would you like to donate money? And then they go, not to you. And I was like, great. Would you like to advertise in our playbill? And they go, how much is that? And it's like, well, for a business card, you know, it's like $100. And they're like, fine, if you'll go away, here's $100, put our business card in the playbill. And that's what we do. I mean, I just run around and I just hit up everybody, and they know about what time of the year I'm coming. They know come
So
around.
they all
April
take their
1st.
phones off the hook.
Exactly. Like
Closed for the season.
Yeah.
Exactly. They all have those little Google, those little Google not doorknobs, the doorbells.
Yep.
And so when they see me coming to the door, like the auto locks start going click, click, click all the way down the door, and they're like, lady, nope. But that's what I do. I just physically walk around town, and
That's gotta be some hard work.
It really is. It really is.
It's
fun.
called the hustle. It's
It
called
is
the hustle.
Oh my God, it is the hustle. And you got to go in, you got to buy the coffee, and you got to, buy a soap from the antique store, and you got to go into the
you
jewelry
liked everybody.
Right. Yeah. And it's just like, yeah.
I mean, you say
so
it's a hustle, but I would say it's more a passion.
That's true.
And a love for what you do.
To get it off the ground.
I do like the movies. And, look, I figure if I'm going to embarrass myself, I may as well get paid for it. So I'll go out there and be like, hey, come on out. I'll give you a free ticket to the movie. You can come whatever time during the day you want. So
what's going to happen is that, a couple of years from now, these businesses and these people that are like, oh no, they're going to be reaching out to you as you grow and being like, how can I get involved in this? And be like, well, when I came to you a couple of years ago, it was only $500, but now it's $2,500.
Exactly. Yeah, I do have that list, by the way. So when I win my first Oscar, I'm going to read it. I'm just going to be like, and to the agent at CAA, you know who you are. You're on my list. Don't call me. No,
So I have a very odd question for you that I'm curious about.
Shoot.
What is your take on clowns in horror flicks?
I think that they are absolutely wonderfully to die for, and everyone should have a killer clown in their movie because they scare so many people, and I think that's awesome. It's the safest way to be frightened, right? Is just clowns are they're crazy, but they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be crazy. Who knows what's going on behind all that paint, and who knows what this killer clown is really thinking about kids and balloons. And it's like, what kind of balloon shapes are they making when the kids are not around? That's what I want to know. Like, what are you doing when they're not? Right?
That's true, because it
why
can't
does
just be animals.
Have two back legs that are round.
It's a one long hot dog.
Really
Where's its head?
Exactly.
Oh my God. And Leo's not here to save this or put it back.
So if you're trapped on a desert island, what 3 movies are you bringing with you?
Wuthering Heights. Wuthering Heights, the original with Laurence Olivier. And then Moulin Rouge, because who doesn't love Ewan McGregor? And How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, because that is the best fucked up movie ever. Like Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson. Right? Oh, I'm sorry. Am I allowed to say?
Oh, yeah, you're allowed to swear.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Tear it up.
Yeah. I'm surprised it took 47 minutes for somebody to drop an F-bomb.
Dude, I did it in the first 3. Go back and watch the rerun.
Yes, that's true.
I must have missed that.
Yep.
So, those are my 3 movies. Those are easy
impressed
peasy.
that you had them all ready.
Oh yeah, that was bang, bang, bang. Most people are like, I can't come up with a list like that.
All right, seriously. You're talking to somebody that's an independent film producer that runs a film festival. Really? If she had to pause and think about her favorite movies, we'd all be going,
okay, well, then I'm going to ask the tough question.
Okay, go ahead.
What is your favorite horror flick?
My favorite horror film is Psycho.
Okay, nice.
Norman
Is that
Bates.
considered a horror film? If that's not
Yes.
considered a horror
It's
film, then
it's technically a suspense thriller.
Which is still
it is
classified
a
as a
suspense
horror
thriller.
genre.
Yeah. So in that case, in
But
order,
close
Bela
enough.
Lugosi is Dracula, and then
Yes.
Frank
Okay,
Langella
nice.
as
The
Dracula.
classics.
Those
Yep,
are
you're
my
going for the classics. Yep.
Yes.
in that order. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. We actually I think I told you this on the phone, but we filmed down in New York with Diamond Productions, and he is actually one of the chairpersons for the Witch's Dungeon, which is one of the oldest. It's one of the oldest wax museums dedicated to that genre of horror. So they have the Bela Lugosi, they have Henry Hull, it's just
Vincent Price.
That's fantastic.
Hopefully
Vincent Price. Yep, yeah. Vincent Price.
Yep.
So yeah,
Very nice.
That's an awesome genre.
Yeah.
So actually,
those classics are great.
Actually, that was the print I got, was Bela Lugosi, the Dracula one from
the Basil Gogos.
Basil Gogos, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know who Basil Gogos is?
I don't actually. Oh, shame on me. I apologize.
Oh,
no,
really?
I don't.
Okay. Well, that surprises me.
Yeah.
So see, now you guys have brought up two things I have to look up now.
Yeah, you're going to want to look that one up. Did you ever hear of Monster Magazine?
Yes, of course. I probably still have a few copies.
Okay, so Basil Gogo did, I think it was 183
of the covers.
Wow. Oh, I should know that. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, you should.
And he drew a lot. He drew a lot of the original artwork for like Bela Lugosi, Henry Hull, Vincent Price, all your classic horror films.
Right, because I got the print of the Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look him up. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2017.
Yeah.
But his artwork is just going to skyrocket because he's known as the master of classic monster art.
Yep.
That's so cool.
Yeah. I want to say his original artwork goes somewhere from like 25,000 and up.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah. Upwards of $250,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's somebody that you can look up.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah.
I'm going to bring us back with boring questions.
I'll have to go
Are you guys
now.
ready? All right. Here's my next boring question. What would you say at the end of the day is the most rewarding part of what you do?
The shower.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right. I'm sorry. What was I missed the question?
Oh, I just asked what I just asked what at the end of the day, how do you know that you've succeeded? What's the most rewarding part of all of this for you?
Well, because of the narcissism that is involved in being a filmmaker, when someone says they like my work or they like my screenplay or they like my film, or if people are laughing, where they're supposed to be laughing, that's how I know I've succeeded.
And what would you say if people were to pick out one of your films to watch? What would be the one film you would say, you got to see this? This really shows my masterfulness of being behind the camera.
Oh, that's okay. Now I have to think, because there's ones that are shot. There's not that many that are shot, but there's some that are shot, and then there are some that are upcoming, and they each have their own little lives. It's like picking a child. So it's kind of like you pick the good children, don't you? And you let the others go.
People always say that they don't have favorite children. They're lying.
Oh, they're full of it.
Such a lie.
I mean, it may change from time to time, but there's always a favorite.
Exactly. Whatever kid is bringing you gifts, that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
one that you're
The one that's actually listening for the day.
right. Exactly, the one that you don't have to slap for rolling their eyes at you when you tell them to do something. Yeah, that's a good question. I really, I have quite a few.
All of
So
them.
there's
Just say
one,
all of
yeah,
them.
all of them. Thank you. Yeah, I
That's a
like
lot
them
of
all.
work.
I love them all.
That's a lot of movies for you to watch, Jaja.
I know.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you any like real memorable moments from past years that like you were like this film like should go on to be mainstream? Why isn't this guy already really blowing
That I've
off the
made
roofs?
yeah. So there is one. I've got one that I actually produced. I didn't write it, but I worked very closely with all the filmmakers, the director Jenny Gold, the writer Angelique Gross, and who's the other writer? Sam. I can't think of his name, but really good people. It's called Ah Roach, and I'm starting to see a theme in some of my movies here. But
Yeah.
that I may
Right.
not have noticed before. Maybe there's a reason for that. But yeah, it's called Ah Roach. It was one of Jansen Pantier's last films. Jansen was a really good friend of mine, and he passed away a couple months ago. But film
Sorry.
with Grace Van Dien, and oh my God, we have so many good people in it. Casper Van, Grace, his daughter. We got Jason Mewes, Barry Bostwick. Oh my God, it's just such an incredible cast. And it's not out yet. We shot it years ago, and it's it was, you know, it ran out of money in post. Hint, hint. We need money, but it's kind of like 3D, and it's a college. You know, it's a college. What do you call it? Stoner film, stoner flick? I don't know. Whatever.
Oh yeah, we don't know anything about
Who's into
those.
labels?
Right.
Who's into labels? But it's a great film, and I can't wait for it to come out because I think it is just gonna. I really think it's gonna slay. It is. It's just fun, and it's a comedy. It's a horror film. You know, there's a play on words with the roaches, and it's fun, and I can't wait for that one to come out so that you know, people are just going to love it. I really think they will.
Cool. Definitely
Wow.
have to check that out.
See, I just got a vision of a movie called Blunt Trauma. You get beat to death with giant blunts.
Do you have a copyright on that?
We do now.
Yeah, do what you want. Fucking have a field day, man.
Oh, we have a copyright on it now. We get to be cameoed in it.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I need
That's
to
a
add to
done
my
deal.
IMDb.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh my
So
goodness. You know what? That's actually funny that you would say that because we have a film, and I'm trying to get Kevin Smith's daughter as the lead, but we have
Harley.
actually a film about yeah, and so we're trying to it's just a great film. It's it has to do with manalligators. Yeah, manalligators. I said it, and they're outer space alligators, and it's actually there's what's it called? It's its own universe. So we have manalligator, we have marijuana, we have fever dreams, and monstrum. And so they're all four in the same kind of universe. And so yeah, they're podcasters, and they run around trying to debunk you know, strange and weird things. And so I'll have you guys, I give you my word, if I can find the financing, again, hint, hint, all your listeners, but I give you guys my word that in that film, I will have you guys with my podcast people.
Ooh.
No.
Yeah, I think that would be so much fun. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sounds good.
Absolutely.
And if you ever follow through with the blunt,
I think I got
give me a
$5.
call. I'd like to come out and beat somebody with a blunt.
Right. I mean, I honestly,
I think we're gonna add that.
I honestly would like to make our way to the film festival at some point. Just
That would be
because I think it
great.
would be
Yeah,
great.
every year July. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we have so
yeah.
much fun. We really do. It's I know that filmmaking is a serious business, but why?
Well, if we come
I
out,
mean,
we'll have what,
have fun with it.
27?
Huh?
If we come out, there'll be a total, what, 27 people? You'll have
Yeah,
to
and then
get more.
I'm gonna have to go get some red plastic cups and another 2-liter just to make sure
I'm
you
happy
guys
with
are
Mike and Ike's.
She's like, you guys can come out, but it's BYOF. Bring your own food.
Yeah.
right.
Right?
Sorry, man.
Concessions are on us.
Look, there's a Dollar Tree right up the street. Go crazy. It's right there.
That's all we need.
So, my last question for you is,
Sure.
have you worked on any films or done any filming with animals?
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you count Pet Cemetery, there was a cat. No, but I do have one, and he was dead most of the time. But some of the actors I've worked with have been pretty animalistic, especially when I was younger. So there's that. Vincent Gallo, if you're listening. Frank, listening. But no, that aside, look, this whole thing is going to be censored. It's going to be beep, beep, beep. You can't say that. You can't say that.
Oh,
I do
no,
have
we don't censor nothing.
Great. I do have one coming up called A Ghost Tale, and that has a dog in it. And the dog is like actually the lead character. But other than that, no. I worked on Jaws 3D. Does Bruce the Shark count?
Well, that's not fucking real, so no.
Right.
Ben was like, yeah, Jeff's like, fuck you.
Right?
Animatronics, bullshit. Get that out. If you're not going to be able to die from it.
Fine. Then that's enough. You know what? I will say,
fake
though.
Sharks, dead cats. I mean, you know.
I know.
I'm starting to see a trend here.
Right. There it goes. There it goes again. I did when I was location scouting for marijuana. I did get bit by a dog on location, ended up with sepsis, and ended up in the hospital for 6 weeks. And then I came back to set. I know, it was hysterical. And I got bit. I got bit by the dog.
Did you catch it on camera?
I wish we had, because I'd probably have gotten some insurance money out of it.
Use that for a good film.
Right?
Right,
this
exactly.
Is real.
Reach out to the owner of the dog and say, you need to donate now.
Right, exactly. But I kept walking and we were scouting, and then one of the guys had dropped behind and he turned around and he was just like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, yeah, I'm fine, a little lightheaded, but I'm okay. And he's like, your shoe's full of blood. And I was like, oh yeah, I got bit by the dog. And they were like, oh my God, why didn't you say something? And I was like, we're location scouting. So, but yeah,
Money
I ended up
Oh.
right, exactly. It's like, who's got time for, just cut it off and give me some whiskey. We'll be fine. Let's go. But what's that?
Did Jeff freeze?
I think he did.
Wow, yeah. Jeff froze. He looks good like that, though. Don't
he does actually.
So yeah, hold on. Let's
hear you.
Let's really mess with him. Oh, he shaved. Wow, what a good boy.
Oh my goodness.
Now, Laura, do you see the resemblance in Jeff to Ray Liotta? Like a much older Ray Liotta.
Now that you just said that, wow.
Cocaine Bear too.
I think he looks like Steve Martin.
I can see the Steve Martin as well.
Well, I think from the forehead up is more Steve Martin, but like the nose, the shape of the eyes, maybe a little more Ray Liotta.
Oh.
So, do you have any plans of expanding the festival in the future?
We do, actually. If it keeps kind of going the way it's going, and we keep picking up more and more people every year, and more celebrities are coming out, we probably will expand it to probably last a weekend. Right now, we're just a day, and people keep going, how do you have a film festival in a day? And it's like, well, because we do. I mean, I don't know what
We
else to
do
tell you.
it.
Because that's how we do things. But we will we are planning to expand, and we will I think we're going to grow it. This year we actually have a couple of cooking shows. Jeremy Miller's going to do a cooking show. Mama
Am I
Doe's
back?
you're back.
Actually, that's your front.
Oh, you don't want to see my back.
Oh no.
You're
No, my
just going to have
internet just
to.
went out and then came back.
Oh wow. I was going to say you're going to have to watch to hear all the bad things we said about you
Yeah.
while you.
Laura was ruthless.
Oh,
Wicked,
really?
dude. Wicked.
Yeah.
It was
Wow, okay.
it was fucking hilarious, man. But anyway.
I was saying the reason I asked that question about the animals is because I just recently rewatched a movie called The Breed
The
from, I
Breed.
think it was 2007.
I don't remember
It
that.
was all dogs, and it was actually really, really cool. The hell's her name? She stars in all the Fast and Furious.
Which one?
Michelle Rodriguez.
Yes, Michelle Rodriguez.
Okay.
She
Michelle
stars
Rodriguez.
in it.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, she's in the new
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragon too.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
called
yeah.
The Breed, and it's a horror flick. It was really, really cool because I'm a dog lover. But I mean, these actors are surrounded by literally dozens of like Malamutes and German Shepherds, and
Oh wow.
yeah,
The big dogs.
yeah, they were all big
But-
dogs. It wasn't a little dog. Little dogs ain't fucking scary.
Another reason why you won't
I
catch
don't know.
me.
Chihuahuas can be quite terrifying.
My
just
Yeah,
yapping.
Frenchie could take you.
Listen, man, I saw Cujo. I'm all set with dogs too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
saw Children of the Corn. Won't catch me in a church.
Or around gingers.
See, I thought
but
you were
will you
going to
do
say
a
a
corn
cornfield.
maze?
Right?
Everybody
Corn
thought I was going to say the corn maze, man. This corn mazes don't scare me. The churches, whoa!
Oh,
I don't know what's
goodness.
happening back there.
Hey Jeff, are you watching Yellow Jackets?
No, I have not.
Check
So-
that out. It's a wild ride, kind of weird, crazy stuff that I think you'd be into.
So we have
Okay.
like maybe 2 minutes left. So last questions.
All right.
I just asked mine.
I know you did. So that was directed to Jeremy.
All right. All right. How do you engage your audience to make sure they're having a positive experience?
You can't. The only thing that you can
Good
do,
job.
yeah, because everybody's different. Everybody's in their own psychological state when they come to see your movie. But with that being said, I will say you will always find an audience for no matter what you do, from animated Disney films to snuff movies. You're always going to find an audience regardless of what you do. So you might have 10 people that go, that just sucked. I don't get it. I don't know what the hell they were doing there. Stupid. For every one of those people, I will bring you 2 people that go, oh my God, that was the best thing I've ever seen. So
Wow. Maybe we should enter our shows into her film festival because we
Yeah.
could use those 2 people.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man. 2 people is better than the one that said it sucked.
Yeah, and that was
oh,
me.
goodness.
Right. But
And
on
the
that
final one.
note, you
Well,
want one
I
more?
got one
Oh
more
no, that
question.
was
I'm
the
gonna-
final one.
Oh,
Oh,
all right,
no,
go
no.
ahead,
I
Jeff.
got one more because I'm going to
Oh.
ask Leo's question.
Oh
because
yes.
Leo's not here. Go ahead.
Okay. So when you're not busy producing and working on your film festival and stuff like that, what do you geek out about? Do you
Oh.
collect anything? Is there something?
I do.
How's Leo put it? There's a guy that likes to look up old sunken shipwrecks or something. Is there
Mhm.
something that you geek out about?
Yes. Oddly enough, there's 2 things. So physically, tangibly, I collect unicorns, like all kinds of them, even like dark dragony, Dungeons and Dragon unicorns. I
Well,
just
that's cool because so do I.
have loved, right? It's just since I was a kid, I love them. I love them. The other thing that I geek out about that I can just sit for hours and, just go right down the rabbit hole on YouTube is like strange and mysterious mystery missing people.
Oh,
And
Okay.
yeah, like, oh, I don't know, one day she didn't open her
just
door
walked
and no
off.
one no one can figure out what happened or where she went or um those kinds of things are the murder mystery podcasts, like My Favorite
It's always
Murder.
the husband or the wife.
Right, right.
Not
It's the
true. Not
butler
true.
did it.
Sometimes
It
it's
It's
the
could be the
best friend.
best friend.
it yeah, well, that's if the husband yeah, never mind. I was gonna say that's if the best friend's doing the husband or the wife. Then you see,
Well,
That's true too.
right?
you gotta
But
watch
watch the
enough of
thing
these
about
things,
Pam.
guys.
Watch that thing about Pam.
That's right. That's right. Oh my goodness. So
Right?
that's what
Right?
I like those mysteries, I like, and
Very
even the
cool.
darker mysteries, where somebody goes into the Bermuda Triangle and it's like, it's a hurricane, dude. Stay away from that part of the water. But um yeah, that's it.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
That's it.
All right. Now I want to
Excellent.
I want to end this with a funny little story because we started collecting unicorn stuff years ago, but it was purely by accident. How
Oh,
does that happen?
okay.
So it was Christmas time, probably about 25 years ago, and I asked my wife to give me a little list of what she wanted for Christmas. So she's a nurse, and she, at the time was working in the emergency room and stuff, and she wrote down uniforms. Well, I saw the
Ah,
F as a C, and I bought her all kinds of unicorns. No
that's great.
uniforms. So that's an ongoing joke in our house, and that's why I have a lot of unicorns.
I'm
And no
surprised
Wow.
uniforms.
she would trust
Did
you
you
to
ever
go out to
buy
buy her scrubs.
right?
Oh, that's a
But
gift
now have you
certificate.
ever brought home a uniform with unicorns on it? She will love you forever.
There you go.
I couldn't find one.
Go to the
I found
Gotta
pediatric
kitty
make it
cats,
department.
now.
I found puppy dogs, I found all
Yeah.
that stuff, but no, and we're so past that now, it's not even funny. We use the unicorns for different things these days.
Sure.
Okay.
With that,
On
check the
that
show notes
note,
above and down
yeah,
below.
check the show notes up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us. Find out more about our awesome guest and the Bedford Film Festival. So, yeah, Jeffrey. So, Laura, where do you like interacting with your fans?
My fan.
Social media.
My
Yeah,
fan.
social media base.
I don't. I hate social media. It's so
Well,
stupid
there
to
you
me.
go. Go to the film festival, folks.
Go to the film
Yeah, there
festival.
you can meet
And
Laura.
look, if I'm going to screw things up, I want it to be live and in person. I don't want it to be online where someone might get it wrong. It's like if you're going to talk about me, make sure it's all correct and you saw it with your own eyes. You didn't read about something that wasn't correct online. I guess Instagram would be my place to go, only because it's got, silly things on there. And who doesn't love a good cat video? So I guess Instagram, but other than that, I really am not a big social media person. I couldn't
Okay,
hashtag
but
to
if
save my life.
right, but if somebody's going to reach out to you, it would be through Instagram.
Instagram, we've got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, begrudgingly. Thank you, Mr. Musk. But we have it.
Right.
Yeah,
It's all in
we
the
have
show
it.
notes up above or down below, folks. So,
Bedford Film
yeah.
Fest, yeah.
Yep, Bedford Film Festival in Jar Jar.
Hey, just look me up, Jeremy Courtney, on Facebook, or check out Comic Book Lovers Buy, Sell, Trade, and Auction House on Facebook, and Buy, Sell, Trade with 20,000 other geeks. Or
Wow,
Splash Pages on Tuesdays at 8.
That was short and sweet.
I try
Right?
to keep it short.
Yeah,
That way I don't screw it up too much.
Right. Jeffrey.
Oh, is
Did
it my
he-
turn?
Oh, I thought you froze again.
You thought I froze. No, go to stilltoken.com. All our social medias are there. I don't do the Instagram, Twitter shit. I don't fucking do that. Fuck that. Oh, but I am on Facebook. Don't ever Google me. You won't even find me. You'll find a bunch of people that think they're me, and some of them might be. I don't know. I tend to move around a lot. But go to stilltoking.com. That's where you're going to find me and us. Yes.
So,
Nope.
whoa,
God.
I think we lost Laura.
Yep.
Well, that's okay. We want to thank her for coming out and hanging out with us tonight. And, like Jeff said, stilltoking.com. To all our veterans and first responders, we want to thank you for doing what you do so people like us can do what we do. Stay safe. We'll see you next week. We're out of here. Bye. Oh, well, maybe if Leo was here, I could hit the right button.